Hello, welcome to another episode of Be Clay. How are you today? Before I get into this episode, I want to say Happy New Year. If you are listening to me, you have made it into the new year. Woohoo! Happy New Year! Today is December 31st, so this is the last episode. And I decided to bring in the new year with this episode. Because we got some things to talk about. Okay. All right. So let's just let's just start this. So hi you guys. So I'm late. I am late. I'm about to get into the reason why I'm late. Again, welcome to another episode of Be Clay. Here on the Be Clay podcast, you are on a journey with me as I learn how to just be clay and learn how to just be molded, as clay is just molded. The clay cannot tell the potter where it's supposed to be. It is only supposed to do is be shaped and molded, and we're learning how to do that. So if I did not learn anything about being molded throughout this year of 2025, I definitely learned some lessons through this month of December. So I'm late with this episode because your girl was in an accident. Yes, your girl was in a accident. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I should not be here. I shouldn't be here. And he tried to take me out here. He tried to take me out. That enemy wanted me dead, but I am here, right? Bless the Lord for that. And the thing is, even with that statement of he tried to take me out here, and bless God for that, and that I'm alive, and I thank God for being alive, I didn't always feel that way since the accident. I'm going to be honest with you. All those that know me know, and, they heard of the accident through these last couple of weeks, did not, they was more, well, at least I'm glad you're okay. And I'm like, I didn't believe it. To me, I didn't feel like that. I didn't. It was like, okay, if you say so, but am I really okay? Because I don't have a car, right? And it wasn't just the fact that I didn't have a car. It was really what I felt like was now an inconvenience. Now that I have to really depend on others, I would have to, if I need something, hey, even if it's a ride, like I have to ask for a ride. Like what? I don't do that. I give rides, but actually ask for one, I don't know about that, right? We don't do those things. It was a lot, you guys. It was a lot, but let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it. So doctors need doctors, right? And they say that doctors are the worst patients. I'm not a doctor, but I can understand, because when you're used to the one that take care of everybody, that, as they say, the strong one, and you're there for everybody, when it's time to allow people to be there for you, it's like, like, no, I'm good, right? Like, I don't know how to do that well. I'm learning. What better way to learn but to, what better way to learn through this way, right? Because I'm learning. some lessons that I have to learn, and I was learning these last couple of weeks that was very, very, very challenging for me. At the same time, it really was catapulting me to get ready for 2026. Now, I'm ready for 2026. I will say that. There were some things that happened throughout the year of 2025 that I thought that I should be, I guess, in a different state than I am, but yet I still had peace through it in so many areas. And I thought that something was wrong with me. And one thing, because I was home and had nothing else to do, he really began to show me a lot of things. He began to really, because I mean, you know, where else am I go, right? He really did have to sit me down and really talk to me. At least let's go, you know, because any other time you had no time for me, and show me, you know, how much he loves me. You guys, he really had to show me, and like now, as of now, I can say thank God, you know, that I'm alive. And he even showed me, like my sister said something to me. She said, you know, I said, well, and when I said this, I only said it because everybody else was saying it. Like, Lisa, why are you not saying it for your own self? But I was saying it. I mean, I was grateful, but not really grateful. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I really was. Like I was, but I wasn't. But when I said it, and my sister said yes, because I wouldn't be able to handle it if you didn't make it. It hit me. Right? It hit me, and I started to really think, like, Elisa, I felt like, Elisa, you're so selfish. You up here worrying more about the car than the fact that your life cannot be replaced. What is wrong with you? And then I realized of all many other people, and he even showed me, like, at least a lot of people would not have made it if you were gone. And so, which is why he allowed for me to make it out with nothing but some bruises on my head, which hurts still a little bit, and my leg, right? Some bruises on my left leg. So thank the Lord. I one thing I do, I just thank God that he knows and we don't. The accident, my car is totaled. Well, it maybe can get fixed. We don't know. We'll figure that out. But I just had to learn one of the lessons I had to learn was to truly trust God for me. I can trust God for anybody else, everybody else. I'll fight. You can do whatever you want for me, but I will, like, when it comes to fighting for other people, I got you. You know, I got the back. Most people know, you know, she got my back, right? My children, family, friends, you know. But when it comes to me, it's like, what? Trust God for me? I don't know how to do that. And why? Why do I not know how or can't trust God for me? And even within this accident, one thing that this accident made me mad. It made me mad because if it's one thing if it, mind you, it did snow and there was ice, but it was nothing on the road. It was 309. Everything was clear. It was nothing wrong. I wasn't even speeding. I wasn't even on my phone. Like, I mean, I wish now that I could say, oh, I was on my phone. At least they gave me something. It was nothing than that. All I did was changing the vent for the heat in my car. And all of a sudden, my left arm just started swerving for no reason. I started yelling at myself, like, Elisa, what are you doing? We need your car. Like, why are you doing stupid stuff? And the more and more I was yelling at myself, the more I lost control of the car. Like, I could not regain control of the car. And I began to swerve here and swerve there. I mean, like, swerving, like it wasn't, you know, narrow swerve. I don't know, but why? But I just swerved from the left to the right. A left lane to the right lane, and then all of a sudden, bam, I hit the wall. And I hit the wall, I hit my head, and I'm seeing the wall. Like, I saw the wall, and I'm like, and I'm even more screaming, like, Lisa, what are you doing? Like, no. Like, you know, as the car is like, car, against the wall. And then all of a sudden I went bam and stopped in the middle of the street. Again, there was no other car that hit me. It's not like I'm on a street. I'm on 309. So, and it wasn't like it was 2:00 in the morning or something and nobody else was on the road. This is, I was on my way to work. So it was, what time was it? 7 something? Because I had to be working at 8. So there was a lot of cars on the road and I hit not one. And it wasn't that like a big crash of cars trying not to hit me. So God really, you talking about danger seen and unseen. He really did his job and I'm grateful for it. And yet when I got out the car, when I was reading, I was so mad and I was so angry at myself. Like, Elisa, how could you do this? How could you put yourself in this place? And how could you, and I'm just like beating myself up and and I said, see, God, that's why I can't trust you for me because I keep doing stupid stuff like this. Like, why would you do that? Like, that's all I kept thinking. All I kept thinking it was, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Instead of just blessing his name, because in spite of whatever, if I so-called did something stupid, yet he still saved me because that's what he is. Like, he is such an awesome God that, yeah, we're going to mess up, but yet he covers and he protects and he is just an awesome, it's amazing. And so he had to allow it to happen because there was no other way that he could get my attention, right? Because he was talking to me and obviously I wasn't listening. And so now it's like, you know what? Okay. And that enemy wanted me dead. Okay. The enemy wanted me dead. He even showed me like, Lisa, did you see how I had to, like, it was him, God, who moved the car in such a way that it didn't hit nothing else. That even though I hit the wall, that I still was like, even the doctors was like, at least like you hit the wall, like literally, like you could tell because my head hard, but that's the only thing that happened. There's no concussion. There's like the doctors was even perplexed, like, really? Oh, wow. Okay. Alrighty then. And, so I just give God all the glory, honor, and praise because, he deals with my stupidity, and my, he's just so awesome. With that being said, this year, I've been through a lot this year, but this year really was a year of, I'll say, of shaping, like literally shaping. I will say that this year, I told y'all before that I haven't technically built or made anything really like on the potter's wheel or anything. However, other than recently when I'm trying to make something with my kids, but I have realized that there's like tools and shaping tools that are utilized to create or do things that needs to be done, whether it's, you want to, like when we were, where I was trying to create a tiger because everybody know that's one of my favorite animals. And my daughter was making something for somebody and she was using things to write certain words in her object. And so there's something, she had to use something sharp. So what I'm saying is there's tools and things that the Lord was really using throughout this year. He really was shaping me and cutting things away that is not good. Like he had to really cut it off. And it didn't feel great. It didn't feel good, but God is great. So, this year I'm excited for 2026. It took a lot. These last 2 weeks, it was a lot for me, more than I would like to admit. Because he really had to really download a lot and show me some things Some days I couldn't sleep. Some days I just couldn't get out the bed. But this is not the way that I would have had liked to end the year. There's so many things that I had planned to do, wanted to do, especially being off more days than I wanted to be off. Like, I need the money, right? But what other way did he show me how and to teach me how to trust him for me? And, trust me for you, Elisa, and there was no other way to get my attention, you guys. And I even got mad at myself like that. Like, dang, this you that guy made you take your car. Oh, God, because that was my beast, y'all. As I said, that is the beast. That was the name. My car was called the Beast because that's exactly what it was, right? And it saved me. It did. He saved me. Whew. Because I should have been going, you guys. I should have. I should have. And I realized, and I'm even sorry because I really was being selfish, really caring more about the car than my own life. But 2026 I'm excited for because the cap is off, you guys. I have held back a lot. I didn't realize how much I was holding back as far as who I really am because of what people say, people do, people think about me, all these different things. But it's off. I'm ready for 2026, because I'm ready to really flow in who he really called me to be and who I am. And I don't care. And when I'm saying I don't care, what I'm saying is because one thing I know about the end of, let me say, maybe the last half of this 2025, the Lord really was showing me how much I have healed. And there's things that happens, like people will say or people will do, that triggered me and had me really spiraling. And so a lot of things in the last couple of months, should I say, that has been happening. People been saying stuff, doing things, whatever case and be, seeing the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly parts of me as I'm transitioning. And one thing about sometimes some people know, some people don't. It's out of ignorance. Sometimes it's like you don't know what people go through. You don't know what part of life. Like during some transitions or recovering, there's some bad and ugly stages of recovering. And sometimes we just look at somebody and we just begin to talk about them in their state and not even understanding. It doesn't even, what should I say? How should I say it? It doesn't, like, we don't pay attention, we don't think about, like, sometimes we'll talk about them and it can really catapult them into a worse state than they're already in, because they're already in a bad state anyway. Like if they was already depressed, they're trying to come out of depression. And so they don't look the best, right? They don't smell the best, or they don't look the way you think they should look, and their hair is looking like this, or their clothes is looking like this, or something like that. And they might come and you might be interested, and they come and looking away, and you like, look at them, look at whatever. And and it can really catapult them into a whole different state. I have been through that myself, where people have, judged or laughed, and I just was barely making it. Just barely making it. And because people didn't understand that, and they would laugh and they would, snicker and whatever, and nothing really went past me, it just took me to a deeper state, right? And, but now it's like, yeah, I'm going to have some ugly days and some bad days where things are just not correct and not right, because I'm still learning how to to be who I am on this side, right? Because I had to crawl, you guys. I'm telling you, I had to crawl. Okay, I barely have any fingernails. How much I had to crawl out. I had to crawl myself out. Whew. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Ooh. I had to crawl out, you guys. I literally barely made it. And I had to crawl out. And I'm learning how to live on this state of freedom. And it's a work. And I'm not going to get it right each and every day. And I don't get it right each and every day. And if it was up to me, for the most part, I would rather let me get, to the point where I'm shining like a diamond, and let me tell you how I got here. But God was like, no, I want everyone to see the good, the bad, and the ugly before you get to that shining like a diamond, coming out like pure gold. And so, because I'll tell you, because, everybody knows I'm very transparent. I don't go sugarcoat. I'm going to tell you like it's how it is. But nope, he said, I want people to see the good, bad, and the ugly. And I don't like that, because people don't always know how to handle you in the good, the bad, and the ugly. But one thing that I had to learn, especially these last couple of months, that he showed me, because yes, people were doing certain things or saying things or whatever in my good, the bad, and the ugly stages. But it wasn't triggering. And it just let me know how much I have healed. And so this is why I say, one thing about being clay and just allowing him to shape and mold me in the way that he needs to shape me, because he understands what needs to be done. He understands how long I need to be in the kiln. He understands what time I'm supposed to go into the kiln. He knows, understand everything, and I just need to be molded. So now I am not fighting. Okay, we're not going to fight as much, because in 2025, I was like, okay, God, do it. Then like, okay, no, don't do it. But in 2026, we're not going to fight as much. We're not going to fight as much as he's molding and shaping me to be what he desired to be. The cap is off. Let's go, God, because, I shouldn't be here. And I'm grateful to you for allowing me to be here. I'm grateful for you not only allowing for me to be here, but showing me what I need to learn, because you didn't have to do that. Thank you for me and my little selfish self not even thanking you right away, and how long it had to take for me to realize, what, I'm so sorry, God. I'm up here worried more about this materialistic thing than my own life, right? Because cars can be replaced, but I cannot. And so, and what better way for him, because he knows what I need to, what it takes for me to get to where he needs me to go. So with that being said, again, Happy New Year. It is 11:38. It's almost 12 o'clock. And Happy New Year. Happy New Year. If you're like me, who's very hard on himself, beat themselves up for, you beat yourself up more than he actually beating yourself up. Let's learn how to stop it. Okay? Let's learn how, because that's what we're doing. We're learning how to stop it, and only allow us to, God, you show me what I really need to do. There's times throughout the 2025, when I thought that I was failing tests, and I actually passed, because I didn't realize what he was actually testing me on. So let's just allow him to, you tell me, right? Let me stop telling God, but let God tell me, So that's where we are. Okay. This season, as we'll say, we say seasons, but one thing about seasons is there are many days in season, and every season is not the same. So with all that being said, until the next episode, I will catch you guys later. You are the potter, so I will be clay. Be